Hey, Eric.
Yes.
We have a Patreon page, and you can go there and you can support us, and we in return will give you a bonus episode or early access or like some behind the scenes stuff or stuff that we've created in the future that we don't know about now, so we can't really promote.
I'm up. What?
Are you awake?
Yeah.
Okay. So anyway, that's at patreon.com/retroim. Please support us if you want to. And if you don't want to, just have fun listening to the podcast. We don't care. We like everybody. Hot sounds.
Yes.
Would you like to hear them?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Recorded.
Welcome to Retrograde Amnesia, a comprehensive podcast series about Xenogears, where we talk about every single thing you can find to talk about as it relates to this extremely beloved Japanese role-playing game classic from Squaresoft. My name is Chris. I am joined tonight by my friend Eric. Hey, Eric.
Hey, what's up?
Hey, we've made it. We're here. We're done. We've done it. I think this might be episode 30.
Congratulations, you've done it. Nope, 29, Chris.
29. Okay. Thank you. 29. Next week, it'll be 30 and it'll be great. Last week, we explored Shevat. We talked to everybody. We got all the lore. The lore is out of the way. Now it is time to do things, Eric.
To fight.
There are alarms going off, Eric.
Yeah.
There is a Gebler agent that
Chris.
is attacking the Seibzehn. In this chapter, it's called Intruder Alert.
Yes. Oh, I see. Good transition. I was about to call you on it.
Thank you.
Because there's an alert going, because there's an intruder. Holy
Yes.
shit. So what is the actual title of this? I'm not going to tell you to play this game anymore. You should know at this point. Is the actual title Invader Below,
Ooh.
The Intruder,
Okay.
or Underground Menace?
Ooh, it's not Underground Menace because that feels too literary for the way this game was translated. So what were the first two again?
Invader Below, or The Intruder?
The Intruder. I will go with The Intruder.
Mhm.
Is that right?
I don't know.
Is this a bit or are you just a dumbass?
I really fucking forget. It's funny, when I made it this time, I was like, all right, do not forget. You don't need to underline it because you're not an idiot. Just don't forget.
Well,
but the listeners will hear ding noises because I'll look it up when editing and they'll know before we know.
Yes.
Okay.
Do you remember how the ding noises were invented on this podcast?
Do I what?
Do you know why we invented the ding noises on this podcast?
Because we're wrong about a bunch of shit?
No, because there was an episode where Sigurd was explaining all the lore to Bart. Mm-hmm. And then Bart had to ask Sigurd questions, and I did a bit where I asked
that's
the questions.
Right. Yeah. You made the quiz.
Yeah, that's where it came from.
I became Bart.
Yes, you're Bart. Bart, we are all Bart, by the way. So the intruder's here, and we have to head to the dock to stop this fucking intruder.
Yeah, we have to go to the central gear dock emergency shaft.
Indeed.
The elevator breaks down midway through.
It does. It's not great. But before we get there, actually, a Chu-Chu appears.
Oh, yeah.
And is like, I'm a legendary vendor, which I always appreciate. Legendary vendors.
It's right outside the palace. It's
a coincidence that this Chu-Chu is here, by the way.
It's almost like if you missed a gear shop earlier, you can buy gear parts now.
Yeah, you might need to.
Yeah.
Now or maybe later. Or you can buy gear for your new party member, Maria.
I spent all my money on gear parts for 2 gears.
Oh, congratulations on that.
Thank you. Yeah.
So when you get back out to the world map to go to the elevator, by the way, the barrier is gone. The Shevat force field
the
thing.
force field. That's actually nice, like an in-game reference that actually displays graphically. That's a good touch.
Yes. Then we take the elevator down the dock. It stops. We can't go further. And of course, this has got to be, absolutely, it has to be a shaft sequence.
Absolutely.
Where we have to go through a shaft. Although the area we are heading to isn't a shaft. It's just like an area with stairwells.
It's like the outside of Shevat. Like you're going along like grooves and indentations used for maintenance and the construction of the thing.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and that might be a better way of saying it. It's like before they built this elevator, they had all these stairwells and access secret areas and stuff like that to like kind of build the outskirts.
Like, I don't know if they have central air, so I'm not entirely sure what the purpose of these shafts are other than for monsters to hang out in, for people to go fight when they have rage issues.
Yeah.
So the music it plays here is Forest of the Black Moon.
Yeah, this is not a forest.
No, it's not.
By the way, is this the point where we're out of tracks, or does that like mean something?
No, we're running out of tracks, and we haven't heard this one in 30 hours of in-game time. So throw it back in; they won't notice.
Yeah. So we find it before we really go down. We find a map.
Yeah, you can get a map. It's like in the first treasure chest off to the left, I think.
Yeah, Maria's like, you can use this later, so don't worry. You can't use it now.
Yeah, you can't use it on the entire first level, which is a really... You think they would just give us the map when we can actually use it.
Yeah.
Thanks, video game.
Sure, why not? I ran into some random battles of these like Groff-looking rocking horses.
Yes, there are 3 different random battles you can get down here.
Yes.
So, are you talking about the gimmicks? Yeah, the rocking horse Satan face things.
Yeah, I think they like Groff. So
Yeah,
it made me
yeah.
think that like Groff was the person in the basement, but that's not true.
Well,
but,
it would be interesting to theorize that he may have, whoever that is, may have designed them at some point with their, all the genetic experimentation going on down here. But these things are unique because they take 1 damage no matter what. And we have a new party member with us who sucks.
Yes, Maria sucks. Well, Maria's attacks suck.
Yeah.
Maria, all she can do is like punch things.
But she has these cute like wind-up animations.
Yeah.
She really goes for it. But she's basically...
she's adorable, but like somebody fucking give her a laser.
Yeah, give her a gun. She's basically a battle mage in that she has a bunch of ether attacks that are all Seibzehn coming down to own things.
Yeah. So it's like, if you want to go protect Seibzehn, then why don't you just like summon it with your skills? Like this is another moment where like it doesn't make any goddamn sense.
He comes in the fucking elevator shaft that's like 3 feet high. Like how's that even happen?
Come down here and punch all the bad guys, and while you're at it, stay here for a second.
Yeah, or leave all. I mean, you're burning a lot more fuel to leave every 10 seconds, too, especially when I summon you back next turn.
Hey, whatever.
But even I think if you summon him, these things still take 1 damage. It's weird. If these things actually come out, there's like a black Miyazaki goo thing on the inside of it that comes out to like do some bad touching on you to inflict pain.
Oh, really? I didn't notice that.
Yeah,
Wow.
if you ever let them live, like it kind of exposes their innards.
Did you also encounter the metal-clawed looking pointy hat wearing guys called Tears or Tears?
Yes, they are. I have porcelain dunce item blue toy soldier things with mega claws.
Yeah, they use an ability called Unification, increases power.
Yeah, it has like weird power alert noise.
Yeah, and these things killed me like 4 times.
Yeah, no, those things, what you've got to do is you attack them evenly so that you can kill them both on your same turn.
Oh.
Because once one dies, it doubles the power of the other one.
I didn't know that.
And that will easily eclipse your hit points.
I am too dumb to figure that out.
Yeah, I remembered that, like, whatever, what'd you say? Oh, like, increase attack power or some shit like that?
Unification increases power.
Yeah, it like basically interpreted as their spirit goes into the other one and boosts their attack and defense.
Okay. I just thought it was some gibberish.
Nope, that's real. And then the third and final enemy is the Forbidden, which are dragons locked in coffin things that eventually hatch. They damage the player by however much damage they've incurred. So if you've hit them for like 500 damage, they're going to hit you for that much. But I think they die after 600, so you just have to manage your combos or your death blows. We're at the point where I'm doing DBO, death blow only. Like I'm not trying to learn shit down here. I'm trying to deploy shit.
Yeah.
Except for with Maria.
Yeah, Maria has no death blows, by the way. Did we say that?
Yeah, she doesn't have any, and she will not earn any.
Yeah, it's weird. Like I figured that they could like give her, I don't know, if they're gonna make her a unique character that doesn't have death blows, and has all these really cool all these cool like nuke type abilities, then give her something. It would make more sense for Maria to have some sort of gun or something.
I think, Maria seems like maybe it was the last one before the chopping block.
Maybe.
And maybe she have been better served. And Final Fantasy IX does this a lot. I think a lot of games do this. I can't think of the character's name in 9. It's like some warrior. Anyway.
Initializing fake net.
Eric is trying to think of Beatrix.
A person with like a portrait and stats and all that shit will join your party temporarily for like 1 dungeon.
Yeah.
And I think she may have served in this, but maybe she has more of a role later that I don't remember. But she just doesn't seem very fleshed out, even though she's animated as well as anyone else. It's like she wasn't fully developed as an on-foot character, and she has no role to fill other than Battle Mage.
Yeah, pretty much. There's a lot of windmills.
Yeah, you got to do some like light Ico platforming down here.
Yeah.
Like windmills, like they're just like, it eclipses 180 degrees and you step on it, then it rotates you over to a new platform.
Yeah.
And there's only one sequence, I think, where you go windmill to windmill.
Yeah, I think there's maybe only 2 total windmills.
Yeah. I think there's a point where you have to flip a switch to reverse it.
Yeah.
To take you to the right place.
Eventually after that, you get to the point to where you are in the area where you can access the map.
Yeah.
And it's just basically a series of like 3 different areas.
Yeah.
It's like a green, a black, and a yellow area or something.
Like the great Ted Stevens once said, it's just a series of tubes.
Indeed. The most important thing that you can find here in the lower level is Big Joe.
Yeah, fucking Big Joe's down here.
Which makes me think...
What the fuck?
Okay, I mean, we talked about last episode about how like It's weird that Yui Uzuki got here without having to climb the tower, apparently.
You saying Big Joe can't climb that tower? You think Big Joe can't one-shot Seibzehn?
Big Joe doesn't have a gear that we know of.
Yeah, but listen, like, if he one-shotted Seibzehn, you know that would do to Shevat's and Maria's rep? He probably owns Seibzehn, right? And then first off, Maria and Seibzehn doesn't get in there, she rides on it, right?
Yeah.
So she probably took Big Joe up at these lower areas, and that's where he's hanging out because he's unofficially allowed to enter because Maria ended up hoodwinking him in the end, right? So he's just in these lower depths, and what's he doing down there?
He's like, the door won't open, man. Even Big Joe has given up. It's weird, and eventually, like later on, you can come out to the other side and talk to Big Joe.
Yeah.
And at that point, he's just like, I'm thinking about life, so leave me alone.
Right. He's thinking about how he was manipulated by Maria, and he's stuck down here and can't join the action. Or find hot women. I don't know.
I thought that maybe like Big Joe is a plant or a spy who's following us, and who was like a stowaway on one.
Oh, and he's just real bad at it?
Yeah. Or he's real good at it, because it's like, oh, who's this goofy motherfucker in the corner?
Yeah.
He's of no incident.
He looks weird. He's wearing a flamboyant outfit.
Yeah. So, yeah, eventually we kind of go through all this mapped area.
Yeah, you can find, there's a lot of good stuff down here. There's a Queen's Rod you can get for Elliot that lowers the enemy's ether attack. You can get a Whiplasher for Bart.
Yeah.
And you can get one of the best items in the game, an Econometer.
Yeah, that lower the usage of your...
It halves your EP usage.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
I think it's only in battle, not outside of battle.
Yeah, I think you're right about that. I didn't totally test it out, though.
My only other note here is, hey, Billy, why don't you try fucking hitting something with your death blows? Because my dude kept missing death blows on these things.
Oh, really?
Like, when you miss a death blow, it's not like the first shot, like the entire death blow.
I had that happen with Bart a couple times.
God, man.
It sucks. This area does feel like a real dungeon, though. Like
it does.
We haven't had a real good dungeon that we had to traverse and try to be present in the space and figure out where we're going.
Unfortunately, there's a save point where you can use tents, but there's no place to restore, so you can't exactly grind down here super well. Although the enemies here pay out big time. They have like 2,000, 3,000 gold.
Yeah, it was actually like, I think you mentioned earlier that you spent all your money upgrading gears, and like that was. I have a lot of money because my cheating ass save. I have a lot of money, but I ended up running out of money too, so I needed this portion of the game. Also, I died a couple times and
died and had to go back, or died and had to reload your save state.
Yes and yes.
Okay.
When you get outside, the music stops, and I think you just have wind for a second.
Yeah.
And you hop across a few platforms, double windmill hopping. Nothing too serious, but
it's a magic windmill that's just for platforming.
Sure, why not? We don't really know how Shevat is.
What the propulsion system is.
Yeah, it's got to be some sort of ether magic.
Yeah, because these windmills are going like half a mile an hour. That's not generating enough lift to kind of keep this giant rock floating.
Maybe this
is
why they fucking can't get any produce going here, because their windmills suck ass.
Jesus. There's lower oxygen content. It's probably harder to grow plants that high.
That's true. Yeah, that's about it that I have for traversing this section until we get to the hangar.
We get to the gear hangar next. And before it actually is introduced as to our saboteur, you know who I wished it would be?
No, but before you answer that question, did you remember who it was?
No.
No, I didn't either. I really honestly thought it was going to be Groff.
Oh, yeah.
I really did.
Because he has the power?
Yeah.
I'd hoped it was that guy who just openly identified as a secret agent in the last chapter. Like awesome. He was like, "Yeah, I told you, I'm down here doing this shit." Like he cut the wire that let somebody else in or something like that.
The hangar is lit differently than the rest of the thing, because on the way down here we were in the sort of Shevat colored area where everything was like a.
By Shevat color, Chris means beige, archaic, and old.
Yeah, it looks like. It looks like uncorrupted ruins of an old, Roman area or something.
It's been kept up.
Yeah.
Polished by archaeologists.
Indeed. So, yeah, but the hangar is a little bit darker. There's like green tinted lights. And
it's an area where someone can be up to no good.
Indeed, yes. There's no sign of the intruder. But then we get a line of dialogue with no portrait or caption that says, "It's you again. You pests aren't making my job any easier."
Are we pests?
I guess we were rats.
We know how Solarians feel of land dwellers, right?
Yes, indeed.
It implies this person is a Solarian.
I'm surprised she did not call us rats, because it is Dominia.
Dominia's here.
She's going to take this Seibzehn because it originally belonged to Solaris.
Right.
And then she recognizes Maria as the daughter of Nikolai.
Tears of the Stars, Hearts of the People starts playing.
Indeed. It's a weird choice because, well, it's not a weird choice. It's not a weird choice for what plays out here, but when it first came on, I was like, this song is playing, so I guess we're going to hear some sort of emotional beats instead of a fight.
Someone's going to develop Maria's character.
Yeah. She is going to tell us the The dark secret of space or whatever.
Yeah, the cursed secret of Seibzehn.
Yeah.
The terrible secret of space.
Yeah.
Dude, oh man.
Yeah.
I haven't thought about that in forever.
Well,
is that still around?
I'm sure it is.
Oh my God.
It's got to be.
Oh my God, the terrible secret of space.
See the show notes. We'll link you. If it still exists on the internet, we'll link it to you.
I'm going to play that in the background right now. Fuck
sure,
that.
Why not?
Initializing fake net.
That's dumb. We're just going to play it after the show.
I feel like we should... Well, I mean, I don't really know how many more secrets we have left to be revealed in this game, but like, maybe that's our new theme.
Oh, man. Early aughts internet memes. Okay.
Yes.
So...
Hello, kids.
Yeah.
Want to hear our history? Do you want to hear how the first people who were corrupted by the internet turned out? Well, it's us. So yeah, it's playing. The camera starts panning like down like up the hangar shaft, basically. And Dominia's doing like the bad guy thing.
Yeah.
Where she's like explaining some shit.
She's menacing.
Yes, indeed.
She says there's always been lag between pilot and gear, no matter the pilot's skill. Nikolai, your father, is trying to find a way to merge humans with machines, connecting a living brain directly to a gear.
He succeeded.
Yeah. Your father succeeded in fusing a man to machine, and he opened the gates of hell for the lambs.
Yeah.
That's a badass line.
Yeah, he's gonna fucking
I'm gonna fuck you up. But
yeah, she also has a mention of like the data from the war between Ave and Kislev.
Yeah.
The battling committee. All the stuff that's been going on. Because we for a long time we wondered like what was Solaris's interest in there being a war.
Yeah.
Like, why do they care about a stalemate?
And you said battling committee too. Is that the Nordstuen committee that supervised? Yeah, with Ray,
Rebecca Lou. No.
Oh boy, Fake Net's gonna bail us out.
Yes, thank you, Fake Net.
It's Rue Cohen.
For whatever. Anyway, yeah. So we thought maybe there's this war. They want this war to keep going on so they can use it as a front to like excavate stuff because now we know they're looking for the animal relics. But the reality is that they need data.
Yeah.
This is a data generation tool. This is like.
They have to have their metrics.
It's basically like the evil space Nazi version of like a consumer survey data or like, basically modern big data where they're like taking all the data points from all of our consumer transactions and building profiles of us and like selling to us that way.
So they're
Amazon.
They can't go with their gut and they have to play Moneyball and use analytics to get the proper winnings.
Solaris is ruled by both Adolf Hitler and Jeff Bezos.
Yeah. It's funny, like, when she claims Seibzehn as being properly of Solaris, it reminds me of, like, when Alexei Padnyov made Tetris, and since he was, like, made it using a government computer that the Russian government owned it, and he didn't own it, like, this guy, he was made using Solaris tech, so that's ours.
Yeah.
So we need that.
Fuck off, dude. Yeah, good stuff.
For some reason, she also drops that knowledge about Wells. We referenced, I think, in the last episode, that they were reconstructed and reborn to produce Gears, a central control unit.
Yeah.
So that's more, like, oblique testing of human stuff to like integrate into Gears to fuse some synapses or some shit.
Yeah, it had to do with this project, probably for the Animal Relic projects, everything. Like this is where all the fucking zombies come from, which so if you compare this to like modern zombie fiction, at least we have an explanation for the zombies.
Like they're actually, that wasn't just a one-off, they're still referencing what happened as part of the grander picture.
I think maybe there's more things in this game that I remember that are actually tied back to each other.
I thought it was just a bunch of non sequiturs, but it actually is, it's not expertly woven, but it does pay attention to itself. So right as Dominia is about to reveal what's in the nerve circuit, someone interrupts her right as the music stops.
Yeah, Jesse, he's, what the hell? Jesse's here, and speaking of non sequiturs, Jesse feels like a complete non sequitur here.
Like, how the fuck did you get up here, my man?
I mean, we come to find out that like the Yggdrasil's here too.
Yeah, but this is like, it's a major point. Like she's building up to a point of like what she's going to tell Maria to just shatter her. And Jesse's like, whoa.
And Jesse has like no, there's no frame of reference for Jesse being here. Like he's not part of it.
It had to be
plot.
somebody.
You're right. It had to be somebody, but what? I mean...
Well, it couldn't be Sigurd because we respect him, right?
Yeah.
The person who delivers this line, why are women so gossipy? They jabber about things they shouldn't be talking about. Hopeless. Jesse fucking sucks.
Yeah,
Like, can you not be sexist when you're insulting your enemy?
Yeah, that's true. He also sucks because he's like robbed us of a boss battle here.
Yeah. We are definitely about to face off. You're right. We'll have enough of those eventually, but...
Yeah, I mean those are en route, but, it's like... Jesse, come on, man.
Like, dude, get a better line.
But there's no, I mean, there's no purpose for Jesse being here. You might as well just had a boss battle with Dominia. Dominia retreats, and then we go to the next section.
But as Chris said, like, the Yggdrasil is in here, which is it being admitted kind of leads to the problems we're going to experience.
Why can't it fucking just be Seibzehn? I mean, it could be anybody, really.
Seibzehn already, I mean...
Who has history with Dominia? Faye and Rico.
Rico.
It could be Rico.
Yeah, it could have been Rico. That would actually have been perfect.
Or Ellie. Ellie, of course, has like Dominia at one point slapped the shit out of Ellie, right?
Right.
So it could, if Ellie wasn't in the party, Ellie could show up. There's a lot of different ways that it could go, but I guess they needed an NPC to come to deliver some dialogue.
Right.
To kind of... I guess if it can't be a party member, I guess it has to be Jesse because there's no one else. Unless it's... Wiseman's here.
Yeah, Wiseman would have been okay for that too.
Yeah, it's a real...
Wiseman keeps us on track though. This is taking us off track.
Yeah, it's a real weird course. So yeah, whatever.
Like right as Jesse insults her, alarms start going off, and then a cutaway shot shows Seibzehn's face.
Yes. At some point, Jesse says he has an ominous premonition.
Yeah.
Which... I mean, this game is full of ominous premonitions. It's weird that he uses those terms.
Ominous premonition.
I feel like we've used the term ominous premonition before in this podcast, before it was actually used in the game script. So congrats to us for being great at talking about this game, I guess.
This is where I have this chapter ending. How about you?
Same here.
Okay.
We are sort of ending the chapter and transitioning to the next.
The next chapter is Raid of Shevat.
It is indeed a Raid of Shevat because...
Shevat's being raided.
Yeah, indeed. And this is also the second consecutive chapter that has an exclamation point.
Yeah, I like that. It's Raid of Shevat.
Yeah, sure.
Raid of Shevat.
Yeah.
So here's your 3 title choices, Chris. Okay. Plundering Foes.
Plundering Foes.
Ghost in the Machine.
Okay.
The Legacy of the Father.
Damn, this is a hard one.
Mm-hmm.
Legacy of the Father. What would that even be?
Think about it.
Khan?
No. Well, yeah,
Father?
sure.
Jesse?
Nikolai.
Okay. I'm going to go with that one. Legacy of the Father.
I forgot all 3 of them.
Oh, okay.
I have no idea.
Oh.
I'm pretty sure I made up Legacy of the Father, but that means it's probably it.
Initializing fake net.
As I indicated with the bell, it's the Legacy of the Father.
Okay, well...
Fake Net will have to bail us out.
Thank you, Fake Net.
Isn't it ironic that I do not have a father or a mother or anyone?
I can't believe I forgot all 3 of these after making a mental note not to do this. My brain is bad.
Moron.
I'm not convinced that...
if we didn't have notes, this show would be nothing.
It's not a bit. No, we couldn't do this.
Yeah, no, this isn't a bit. I'm genuinely forgetting what's going on.
Okay, I believe you.
Like, how do I end up driving to work every morning? I don't know.
Well, I mean, you live pretty close to your work, though.
Still, I can get lost.
It took me an hour and a half to get to work today.
Jesus.
Traffic.
Fuck that.
Usually takes me like 25, 35 minutes, but today it took me an hour and a half. Anyway, flash to the throne room where everyone is here.
We go back to the palace room. What do we just leave Dominia?
Yeah, she's like I think she said my work here is done and she
leaves. Okay.
Yeah. I would have liked to have fought in her again.
Yeah.
Fighting her.
It's late.
Fighted her.
It's 10 o'clock.
10 o'clock.
It's bedtime, dog.
10 o'clock on a... It's funny because like depending on your particular age and status in life, like 10 o'clock is like, wow, it's fucking early, or wow, it's goddamn it, I need to be asleep. Anyway, we're somewhere in the middle. So yeah, I think she left because her work here is done. She's blown the force field.
Yeah, around Shevat.
So whatever. I don't know. It's weird. It doesn't make any sense.
We're told somehow that Solaris is coming to destroy the 4 gate generators.
Indeed.
Here's the word gate again.
Yeah.
Gate is their word for force field.
Seibzehn is the one that says that the Solaris gear units are on the way. And he's like, and this might be a little bit out of character, at least from the character of Seibzehn that we've built throughout this podcast, but he's trying to limit losses.
Yeah.
Because Shevat is not quite used to war. And of course, Faye, as he always is fucking ready to go.
He's down. Queen Zephyr's like trying to help us and, basically saying you have no other option, please have a soul. Bart has a great quote here.
Well, go ahead.
He says he doesn't like working for free, but he also doesn't like turning tail and running away.
Yeah. Don't want to work for free. Don't want to retreat. So
Rico, everybody has their own like I'm in boss line.
Yeah, this is a familiar trope I think that is used in like.
By the way, the Yggdrasil's here. Everybody's unloaded. We're all in the palace.
We're all here. All of our characters are in the front.
Everybody's here.
Everyone. Yeah, this is a familiar trope. It happens a lot in JRPGs, but probably in a lot of different fiction where like before we can like sortie the whole group, everybody's got to say their line.
You have my axe, my bow, all that shit.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. That is like the pop culture manifestation of this trope. But Rico's he's annoyed.
Yeah, he says we're nothing but trouble, but vows to stop bitching and go along with it.
Yeah, I'm like dude, Rico.
Yeah,
no one asked you to be here.
My note is my dude asked me if I give a shit.
Yeah. No one asked Rico to stay.
It's amazing how we're turning on Rico. It's like, oh yeah, he's got to, but like he just feels so superfluous at this point.
I still like Rico as a character, but like he's complaining about like everything that's happened up to this point, but no one really asked him to be here. If you remember, he decided to come along just because like he wanted to like see.
Because he didn't want to commit suicide.
Well, yeah, that too. So actually, Rico, like, I'm glad you're here.
Ever since like id showed up, it's like we have a better Capcom character to intermittently look at.
Yeah.
So
yeah, it's true.
There that is.
Jesse, he says something about like he's going to rely on us youngins because he has no intention of kicking the bucket.
Jesse's like what, 32?
I don't know. Probably. Who knows? His fucking face is all fucked up. But Billy's like, "Shut up, Dad." And Jesse says, "Why can't you be more nicer?"
God, man.
And I read that as like, I was like, did he just say, "Why can't you be more nicer?"
Yeah.
And then I went to the script and I Control F'd more nicer.
And it was that.
It was there. So yeah.
So like amongst the My Bow, My Axe, a curious party says I'm in too.
Yeah. Hey, let us take a moment to remind our listeners that Masato Kato wrote, or at least did the event and scenario design for this section.
Mm-hmm.
He's sort of known to be a little bit more aloof, whimsical and aloof than Takahashi's original vision. There was some strife, not necessarily bad strife, but there was some conflict in terms of the way things. He's the one who wanted to build a fucking roller coaster in Lahan Village.
Right.
So take it for what it's worth. But yeah, to follow up on what you were saying, Eric, Chu-Chu says, "All right, Chu-Chu's going to help too."
Which like, it's like, yeah, you just want to pet her on the head. Yes, you are. You're going to help us. Very
sure.
good.
And Faye's like, "What are you doing here? Be a good girl and go back to the Yggdrasil." And Chu-Chu says, Chu-Chu's not a good girl.
Mm-mm.
I'm in that dangerous age right now.
Oh, hell yeah, man.
Which I don't
Lust.
know. Yeah, puberty? Okay.
Puberty, there you go.
Okay, I don't know if it's the puberty age or maybe it's like the midlife crisis age.
Do we get an age on Chu-Chu? What if it's only like 3 weeks old and it's just rapidly maturing?
It just depends on like how these things age, because if it's like, it could be a teenager, but it also could be like, like divorced mom. So you never know.
Yeah, it could be divorced mom.
Yeah.
Damn. So after all of that, Seibzehn gives us a detailed breakdown on the enemy gear units.
Yeah. Actually, I have one more thing.
Okay.
Maria tells Chu-Chu that all her friends are here.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And,
references that the zone is here.
And Chu-Chu says, like, everyone, we have to give it our best shot. So yes, this is when Seibzehn gives a detailed breakdown of the 4 separate Solaris units that are headed our way.
Buddy, where did you get this information and why does no one ask?
Good question.
Yeah.
He knows. Well, I mean, we do, in a second, we see like Queen Zephyr like does the Captain Picard like on-screen shit. Mm-hmm. And pulls up shit, so maybe Seibzehn has information.
Oh yeah, maybe
Seibzehn has previously acted as like a battle strategist.
Yeah,
I remember like, are you a little bit disappointed that we didn't get that like that battle map planning thing that we got during like the recapture?
Oh yeah,
thing with, like, the units moving across the thing with the map. That
the horizontal shoot 'em up.
Like, I mean, I know that thing. No, I'm talking about the map where it had the units like the Kislev border and all that kind of stuff. That would have been fun to have here too.
But instead, they said there's one giant gear and no one knows anything about. Achtzehn.
Initializing fake.
It is pronounced Achtzehn.
The second gear that Maria's father designed.
That's when they put that thing on screen. Like, apparently the throne room, like, normally you're just like in the throne room and you see like a floating sky around you, but apparently that's also a VR sequence thing. And then they like put the Achtzehn on the screen there.
Yeah.
And we learn that is the second gear that Maria's father designed.
It's funny that Seibzehn and Achtzehn both have Zen second part of the sentence, but the other one's just called Calamity.
Yeah, it's fucked up because the Seibzehn, I think we said, was German for 17.
Sure.
Achtzehn is 18.
Oh, okay.
So here we are.
There it is.
Calamity is 1 for German, by the way.
Oh, really?
No.
Oh, I was going to say, that's fucked up. That's not even a German word.
No.
Thank you. You tricked me. So then, like, what? The Achtzehn shows up and menaces people of Shevat, hear me?
Yeah, the song changes to the Tears of the People, Tears of the Heart, Song of the People again.
Sure.
The song changes.
Yes, the song changes.
And then Nikolai's voice is like speaking out.
Well, I don't know if we know it's Nikolai. Maria recognizes the voice, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Well, I think the things are titled.
Oh, it says Nikolai? Yeah.
Nikolai on
okay.
there.
So Maria's father, his voice is coming out of this big, the gear's red?
Yeah, it looks just like
it's just right. It's Seibzehn, but it's red.
And I love the design of the Achtzehn because I love the design of the Seibzehn. But this thing is a little bit more bulkier and it has like a giant cannon kind of on its back.
So with Calamity and Seibzehn and Achtzehn, do you think you're doing the Vince McMahon gif where he's getting really excited about something?
Yeah.
And just gets progressively more excited?
I like bulky mecha. Sorry. It's just my thing.
No, it's fine. You like this big things that can hit.
You like what you like. Can we talk about Nikolai for a second? Like just the name Nikolai. I don't know if there's any specific etymology about this, but is this like a Nikolai Tesla reference?
That's the only Nikolai I know.
I'm asking because
because he knows about electricity and
Tesla,
making shit.
I don't know much about Tesla, like
from David Bowie in The Prestige.
Yeah, from history, but I do know about Tesla from fiction.
Like the Order 1886.
The Order 1886, which I didn't play, but thank you for telling me that.
No problem. Like Assassin's Creed.
Yes, or Command & Conquer Red Alert.
Fuck.
Or the previously mentioned the movie The Prestige, where there's some sort of like cloning brain implantation shit in that too.
Yeah.
So I wonder like I wonder, or just the fact that he was like the scientist from the opposing bloc.
David Bowie's eyes are
because it's like the whole conflict in Command & Conquer Red Alert. Obviously, like it's a. Did you know the plot of Command & Conquer Red Alert? By the way,
is that the one with Tim Curry talks about space, or is that something else?
It might be, but anyway, like Einstein goes back in time and kills Hitler.
Oh, okay.
And
great.
And then the Second World War becomes the West versus Russia, and it is basically Einstein versus Tesla.
Okay.
In terms of technology, and Tesla like has an ability to like shoot lightning out of shit. Like that's the thing. So
he's the emperor. All right.
Sure, why not? I guess. I don't know. But anyway, he's framed as like the opposing scientist to Einstein, like a conflicting, more, for lack of a better term, a sketchier version of Einstein.
Yeah, there you go.
That's more willing to go to deeper depths of a ethical ambiguity here. Yeah. So that makes me think that's why I draw that here. But whatever, I don't know. But that seems to be the case here too. Anyway, Maria's upset 'cause she's gonna kill the rats.
Yeah. There's rats coming back up again.
And then
this presents a threat. But before we can fight this thing, we have to outline the fabled Xenogears 4 generator battles.
Yes, indeed. Fabled? Really? I forgot about this.
Like, this stands as like, it's not a major point of contention, but it is a boss gauntlet that is separated by time without save points in between it.
Yeah, that's true.
Right? So it is possible to do a lot of hard work and then have it blow up in your face and have to do it again.
That's true. I tend to like these sections in video games. I think about the sections in Final Fantasy VI where you had to make like 3 parties of characters to defend points, or like use the Moogle army to defend points. This is not as elaborate as that, but there are different considerations you have to make along the way.
With Titan's Insight, you can plan for this somewhat.
Yeah, I mean, it could have been better, but they at least give you a little bit of context.
Yeah. So, Night of Fire plays. You don't have to do these in order. What generator battle did you do first?
I did Generator 1 with Ellie.
Course. Yes, that's who I used for Generator 1 as well.
I think that Titan's there's like a bunch of soldiers coming.
Right. That means they're on foot, right?
Yeah, so you can use Ellie's elemental nukes to like nuke individual groups of them.
Oh, I just used air rods and I killed them all at once.
Yeah, I forgot to do that.
Yeah. But yeah, there's 6 200 HP Solaris guards and 2 600 HP Littlefoots, which are walking cannons.
Yeah.
And then actual men doing 200 HP pot shots.
Yeah, I realized at the end that I should have used air rods, and I didn't. So I'm
it's fine. I mean, it's not like you have to reuse these gears in any further fights. You can pretty much one and done them here.
Also, I had the ether doubler, so the area attacks were doing quite well for me.
Nice.
So thank you.
What was your next battle?
My next battle was Generator number 2 with Billy.
Yes, that's who I used for him as well, because he's fast.
Yeah, cool.
There's your 3 white knights, each with 290 HP.
Billy has a quote before this that I like. He says, "Rest in peace, agents of evil.
That's good.
May you all turn to dust."
That is like as generic and boring as Billy like doesn't think he is, but in actuality actually is.
He watched a generic and boring movie last week. It was called Boondock Saints.
Okay. Yeah. I forgot about that. Yeah, that's right. That's good.
Yeah. So
he's got an Irish tattoo on his finger already.
Yeah.
So
fuck off, Billy.
If Jesse's here and Billy's here, dude, who's watching your orphanage? What are they doing? They're not self-sufficient.
They're all wells now.
They're children. Taking shits in comic books.
I don't know.
Dude, they're all wells now. If he gets back there and they're all just zombies eating each other.
Yeah, I was able to upgrade all my gears before this point, so like no one did any damage to Billy here.
Oh, really? I almost died.
Oh, no.
Like I kept missing and it was...
No, Billy owned everything. Like I had Billy's gear all the way up. It is nice too that they allow you to access your party member, your characters before the individual battles start.
If you're smart and hit the menu button.
Yeah, so you can get to the point to where kind of play around with equipment. So I think I put high defense stuff on him here. So
okay.
They were all doing 0 damage to me, and he was actually a Boondock Saint here. So he was just owning things,
dangling from the chandelier and using 2 guns.
No problem.
That's not a good movie.
No. Generator number 3.
I did 4 next for a very specific reason.
Okay.
So, So generator 4, you fight a 5,000 HP avalanche, which is like a gross bug thing with feelers.
Yeah.
And 2 more white knights.
Yeah.
If you win this battle, what the fuck did I use? Faye. I used Faye for this battle.
I used Bart here.
You get anti-gel armor, which is called silver armor, which in the next battle, the boss uses gel attacks.
Oh, really?
And sonic attacks. So if you have that on, he can't hurt you.
Cool. I used Bart here, and Bart said, "Come on, who's gonna be first?
Jerk.
There's no way a pathetic unit like yours could ever beat the likes of me." And
he does sound like a guy who would say the likes of me.
Yeah. Bart has a little bit of trouble here because the avalanche thing is pretty strong.
Yeah.
But you know what comes in handy here?
Wild smile?
Indeed.
Yeah.
That really saved
that
my
strength.
ass. Yeah. Saved my ass here.
Generator 3 then is the aforementioned 6,000 HP Citadel.
Yes.
And then 2 more White Knights.
Yes. I used Faye here. He said, "All right, I can do it. I'm ready anytime."
Cool.
Yeah.
I used Sidon on what he said.
Oh.
That "I can do it, I'm ready anytime" is the language of a simpleton, which is what Faye is.
Yeah, that's right.
You just head first, send him in, smack him on the ass, and he'll go kick some ass.
I agree. I almost died here.
Really?
Yeah, the sonic boom attack that the Citadel did was that owned me.
One of the things you get, I think, from that Sage room cancels noise attacks.
Oh.
So that is what I equipped there.
Oh, there was no way for me to know that without looking it up, so I didn't know. I didn't know.
I looked at what all that shit did before.
Yeah, pretty cool. Yeah, I got really close to the end, but I was able to like land that last death blow and kind of squeak by.
You pulled it out?
Yeah, I got it. We got it. We did it.
We did it. We won the generator battle. Surely everything's fine now. There's no more boss fights.
The credits roll.
That's it. You've won. Yes, we've killed God. Goodbye.
But no, actually, it pans back to the throne room, which is, I noticed here because it shows the throne room like from the outside.
Yeah.
And it's like in this giant tower above Shevat. And I'm like, this is a really bad place for the throne room to be strategically because I feel like they could just fucking shoot a missile at it and kill the queen.
Or just run, like, suicide some ship in there.
Yeah. But anyway, Jesse's right there. He's prepping us for the last one. It's the Achtzehn. It's coming.
Yeah, Nikolai responds with a... It's funny. Do you have the part where Achtzehn taunts everyone?
No.
He plays the noise from the stabbing western song "Save Yourself." And red lights hit Jesse and Maria, and he says it's... this is also the name of my Xenogears Mitsuda punk band. It's the Anti-Gear Psycho Jammer.
Yeah, yeah.
It freezes all gears.
Just before this, he had fucking destroyed like a Shevat Zaku.
Yeah.
Quickly, he destroyed it because like the Shevat gear forces show up and he's just like, whatever. I'm going to destroy your ass. And yeah, the anti-gear Psycho Jammer.
That's really good.
Which is great.
That's another 3 a.m. Fuck it, let's go home.
Yeah, no gears are going to work anymore. Like this is, not only is it jamming our psychos or whatever, it is also an effective plot device for some fucking weird things to happen.
So Maria knows what to do, and it starts playing her theme again, Gathering Stars in the Night Sky, but it only plays it for a little bit.
Yeah. We definitely like need someone to buy us some time here.
Yeah.
Because Achtzehn is about to like, I think he phrases it as like to show us the greatness of a perfect life form, which I guess is like the human brain plus gear body or whatever.
Right, that's what they're building toward, is like no one can beat this because it's a fusion of the best qualities of both man and machine.
Sidon suggests something interesting about the Seibzehn here at this point. It's like it's the only hope, or Maria and Seibzehn specifically are the only hope, because apparently we have made a logical leap here that since that the Seibzehn is the sister gear of the Achtzehn, then of course it must have a counterattacking force of some sort.
Yeah, are we supposed to read anything into Maria riding on the outside of Seibzehn and like not being affected by this stuff, like man and machine fusion type thing? If she's not in the actual gear,
I think it's some sort of like
there's no pilot seat because they're supposed to be emerged.
Yeah, it's like that's true, but she has like the ability to manipulate ether.
Oh yeah,
in a way in which she can control it, because that kind of holds true too with her magic abilities, which just summon the fucking thing.
Yeah,
without her being in it. I mean, she's basically the same ability that Id does.
Yeah,
to control his gear from the outside.
Yeah,
which is
It's a unique talent.
Yeah, I guess so.
Shevatians.
But it is kind of weird. Like, this is the same thing as, like, remember what a couple of chapters ago when Seibzehn was like, the only way we can beat Bishop Stone is if we, like, break his negative energy waves, dude.
His hate barrier.
And now he's like, well, that one and that one, those two gears, they're kind of related. So that one's got to have the counterattack for that one, guys.
Think about it. Think about it.
Just think.
Think about it.
That's got to be it. It's real weird. It's real clunky. You're
going to have to use your new character. Think about it.
It's real clunky.
But someone else shows up to save the day first.
Well, yeah. Jesse says some shitty things first. Actually.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah. What did he say?
He's like, because this whole time Maria is like, she's very worried about fighting this thing. I mean, sort of in the same way that, like, this is almost playing out almost exactly like the Billy versus Bishop Stone stuff, where Billy had to go into a boss battle to resolve his arc with Bishop Stone. The difference here is that, like, Billy already knew that Bishop Stone was evil because he had seen him be evil.
Right.
And he killed Verlaine.
Yeah.
Maria is still, like, coping with these things and trying to come to terms with it. And Jesse's like, your dad's not in there, dude. Don't worry about it. And she's like, I don't believe you. And he's like, all right, well, whatever. Just go ahead. Expect the worst. It's fine.
It's like when you try to give someone younger than you advice for something you know they're going to fuck up, but, like, they have to go fuck it up first.
So, yeah, it's weird, but it doesn't matter because Chuchu's going.
Chu-Chu just says, I'm going.
Yes, I'm going. So please let me go along. No problem. The gods will look after us. Let's go.
The Chu-Chu tribe's a highly religious bunch, right?
Yes, indeed. And perhaps our Chu-Chu is the fucking god. I don't know.
It plays Flight?
Yeah, it does. fucking, I didn't know Chu-Chu had a bounce animation, but it does.
Oh my god. Like the Chu-Chu, like, are you talking about its actual fighting noise?
No, I'm talking about like when it bounces out of the
front room.
Chu-Chu's still in sprite mode here.
Yeah.
Maria runs outside, and Chu-Chu is now polygonal.
Yeah.
Three-dimensional. And do you know what happens when characters in this video game become three-dimensional?
They're gears,
It means
Chris.
they're big. They're large.
Make my monster grow.
Indeed.
Chu-Chu has the best line of the game now, right?
Yeah. Well, yeah, we're getting there. It says, leave it up to me, Maria. No sweat. And then Nikolai is like, what is this astronomically unintellectual looking low-level animal?
Yeah.
And then at that point, the camera cuts behind Nikolai, behind the Achtzehn, like looking out to Chu-Chu. And Chu-Chu's like standing on top of this like tower, the same tower where you can have the scene where you sort of have a heart-to-heart with Maria, the optional heart-to-heart with Maria.
Yeah.
Chu-Chu's kind of standing right on top of there. And it says, "Don't you be rude to me. I'm not a low-level animal. I'm Chu-Chu." And then I think that is actually where Flight begins to play, maybe again for the second time. And it says, "Well, let's get ready to rumble, you bad boy. Get your butt ready to be kicked across the other end of the horizon."
Damn.
Yeah. Then...
Aren't there comments from Nikolai where it's like he'll take pleasure in studying Chu-Chu after they beat him?
I'll take pleasure in gutting you, boy.
Yeah, there you go. Great.
A lot
Thank you.
I take pleasure in gutting you, boy.
A lot of things happening. Then it glows blue and gets huge.
Yeah.
This is another time for me to remind you that Masato Kato designed the scenario. Thank you. It talks. It says a line, and it sounds like it says, "Fuck yeah, yay," but I don't know what it says.
Yeah, it's impossible to decipher.
Yeah.
I did it. I did the big transformation.
Transformation. And now we're in a battle.
With just Chu-Chu, with big Chu-Chu.
Big giant Chu-Chu.
When Chu-Chu attacks, it has like a bunch of bells and like a giant, like, what's the ball you sit on to do exercises?
A yoga ball.
A yoga ball. If you filled that half with water and threw it at a wall, like, it sounds kind of like, it's like a big bounce noise, but it has some density to it, right?
Yeah.
It's spastic. It's like if you put a bunch of bells on that shit and threw it at a wall, that's what it would sound like.
Yeah.
It sounds violent and huge.
Yeah. And then we're just in a battle.
Yeah.
The Achtzehn got a move where it can transform into like a fucking plane, like the Wing Gundam.
Yeah.
And run over Chu-Chu, but Chu-Chu just beats it up.
Yeah. Chu-Chu takes 0 damage from this thing.
Yeah, Chu-Chu is no joke.
This is the most left field shit.
Yeah.
Maria's getting set up to like battle this thing, and then Chu-Chu just comes in, and it's like a warm-up act, sure, but I didn't expect this.
Yeah, it's weird, but sure, why not? When you win, it says, "Don't be a bad loser. If you want to apologize, you had better do it while you still can." And then Achtzehn uses a large cannon.
Yeah.
And Chu-Chu says, I think it says, "It's smarts."
That's smarts.
That's smarts.
It's smarts.
In voice.
The fake net will help us out by pumping in the right sound effect.
Thank you.
Initializing fake net.
Got it.
Then post-battle, we have some more commentary from the Achtzehn where it says the species name of these things are the... Would you like to take a stab at this, Eric?
I don't have that written down.
Okay, it's the Doetsku Chupolin.
Oh, Chipotle.
Yeah, sure. And apparently they were minimized through genetic engineering.
Okay, so they were that big.
Yes. And the limiters were used on these things, but apparently our Chu-Chu has escaped the wrath of that thing.
Yeah.
Then Midori shows up.
Yeah, we're on like a balcony.
Yeah, that same balcony we referenced a minute ago. And Maria's like, "What are you doing here?" Midori she says something about like, she's like, "I'm calling your father."
Yeah, calling your father, no, it's not that scary thing over there, which seems like a bad localization.
Yeah, I feel like this is a moment where Midori is again demonstrating like some telepathy.
Yeah, her father's presence is actually not in that gear. It's some kind of computer trick or voice modulation, or it's not an actual, it's her dad's not there.
Yeah.
Don't be worried.
It's basically creating resolve in Maria. And then that's when Maria's like, okay.
She rushes off to the gear dock.
Yeah, Flight begins to play again.
She says Sally forth.
It's weird because when she's she's running all the way back down to where we were before, like in the hangar, and down a bunch of flights of stairs and stuff. And she's Naruto running. Do you know what Naruto running is?
Is that where you put your hands backward?
Yeah, it's where you put your hands backwards. That's all the characters, the ninjas in Naruto run because they're like becoming more aerodynamic. Also, it's less frames of animation probably. That's probably why they do it.
I learned about that from that Area 51 raid where people were Naruto running in the background.
I always called it the Goku run because that's how Goku ran as a kid. But, whatever.
Having run a lot every day almost, running like that seems insane.
Yeah, it does. Indeed. Yeah, so she runs all the way down there. Sally forth. Does that mean something?
I don't know.
I love it.
It seems British.
Yeah, sure. Why not?
Initializing fake net.
Sally forth is a phrase used to refer to the deployment of a military unit from a stronghold through a sally port. And because you're going to ask, a sally port is a secure controlled entryway to a fortification or prison.
Does Maria have a British accent?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, and then she's again. This is a good point to reference because if you haven't noticed at this point that Maria rides on the head of the gear, Now you can really clearly see it because we have a couple of scenes coming up. So she gets in it, she launches, she's in the sky, and she's ready to have a conversation with the Achtzehn about how she loved her father, that's not really you, et cetera, all that kind of good, mushy character building moments that at this point in time feel maybe not forced, but like rushed because like this Maria arc is like being introduced and being resolved like very quickly.
Yeah. Yeah, they're definitely compressing it as we build toward this too.
The conversation continues to bloat, and then we're talking about like perfect robot bodies.
Yeah.
You forget I am not human. I am merely a weapon. You, of all people, should be well aware of that fact.
And all that kind of stuff. And I didn't write down anything because it's all a bunch of fucking hogwash.
Yeah.
Because it's just a vehicle to get us to the battle with vehicles. And
that's a chapter title. Good job.
I guess so. A minute ago, I thought Perfect Robot Body was good, but you know.
Yeah, either one. We'll see.
Then it's time for battle, and this is the first time we get to use Maria's gear in combat.
Yeah,
as double rocket arm punches, finger lasers, everything good. I love everything about the Seibzehn. It's great. I love it.
Achtzehn has 12,000 hit points.
Maria also has a special attack called the missile pod, which those giant
booster things
in her back, they raise up and shoot like 50 missiles out.
Oh, cool.
It's pretty cool. It's kind of like air odds, but
I see that as like using her thruster power to just direct the energy in a different area.
And then after a reasonable amount of damage is inflicted, maybe all 12,000, I'm not sure, Nikolai begins to talk, but this time he has
a portrait.
Hey, he's a very generic, average looking anime man.
He looks like a dude.
Yeah. And he's going to talk to us, I guess. He's going to release the graviton cannon.
The gravitation cannon.
Oh, I wrote down graviton.
It could be either one.
Sure,
you can
why
say
not?
Perhaps it auto-corrected.
Yeah, he's going to do this via remote control because before he was brainwashed by Solaris, he implanted a conscious circuit in the Achtzehn.
Yeah.
That would only respawn in the presence of the Seibzehn, which is...
And transfer all of his data over.
Yeah, it's a very interesting thing and plot device.
That's a pretty cool plot device, right?
It is pretty cool.
Like, it's very convenient, but it's kind of neat.
Like, you know, we talked about this like earlier, but it's taken a very long time for like a couple of subplots to resolve. Like, we still haven't resolved Bart's subplot, but we have resolved pretty much Rico's, kind of. We kind of resolved Billy's. And Maria's like, her plot's like 3 hours long.
Yeah, who we just met a couple hours ago is already trying to figure it out.
But they're trying. His spirit, of course, is with Maria now and forever, which I think we hear twice. The cannon loads.
He says, use that to defeat me.
Use it. Use that fucking thing. I think unlocks the ability to use that as a special ability.
Yeah, that's like her gear special attack.
The cannon loads up, fires, just fucking blows it up.
Yeah, he re-dies and says he will always be with Maria now and forever.
Yes. This is twice because he tells her that like in the text bubble.
Yeah, for the sake of clarity, like he's not telling us in real time. It's a recorded message that was delivered to her gear.
Yeah, and after it blows up, Maria levels up. It's like, you killed your dad, also you leveled up.
People just keep killing their dads. But for killing her dad, she gets a wizardry ring and 10,000 gold.
Thank you.
That we're going to share buying more gear parts.
Her inheritance.
Yeah, to go pawn the wizardry ring in Ave.
Yeah, indeed. Post battle, it's quiet and there's only like gear floating sounds out there. Then we go back to the throne room and the queen is thanking us for all of our efforts.
Yeah, but immediately she gives us a new task.
Oh my god, there's so much by the ways here. There's several by the ways. Like, first of all, Faye's like, how can we get to Solaris and beat him up? I need to go beat up Solaris. And then the queen's like, hey,
he needs a new target. There's
3 gates. One's on their Ethos HQ, which I guess we've already been there.
Yeah.
Other 2, who fucking knows? Also, by the way, Faye, Ave is evading Nissan.
It may be time to go resume that plot.
Yes.
Faye.
Oh, yeah, that subplot. The previously aforementioned subplot. Apparently,
why they invade Nissan?
Apparently, they're after the Omni Gear sealed up by Ronnie Fatima, which we learned from some in the library a couple of minutes ago.
Well, how are we going to get there? Good news.
By the way, number 2, your ship can fly now.
We got an aerial unit attached to the Yggdrasil.
You're good now. Don't worry. You can fly. Maria is like, well, I should come too, and then Maria's like officially joining us.
Yeah, it says
now.
became friends with Maria.
Became friends with Maria. This is the first time we got like
a party notification.
Yeah, first time we got a notification like this, which implies that Maria is our only friend.
Yeah, that's true. Everyone else is just like an acquaintance bound to like war activities.
Yes, indeed. Okay. This whole time, we're all the whole group is staying in the throne room, and no one, Chu-Chu's there.
Yeah.
And no one's been like, hey,
you always fucked up.
Hey, Chu-Chu, what the fuck was that shit, by the way?
Yeah.
No one's questioning that. They're just accepting it. And I'm like, okay, whatever. Also, by the way, Gaspar's back.
Yep.
And
Gaspar, who taught Kine and Wiseman.
Yes.
Khan and Wiseman.
Yes, Calvin.
Calvin. And Hobbes.
Sure. And so he's going to help you out. And then
he's going to teach us stuff.
The screen fades to black, and it comes back with only Zephyr, Wiseman, and Gaspar. And the queen says, where is Balthazar and or Melchior? We see Gaspar speak for the first time. He's got a long-ass nose. He's an old, crusty man with a long nose.
He's even uglier than Balthazar is.
Yeah. At least he's got some character to his portrait. Then a Shevat agent runs in and is like, hey, that Ellie chick, she was near a gear, the Omni gear specifically.
Yeah.
That we have.
Thanks for telling us, guys. They reacted to Ellie.
Yeah. And apparently they all expected this.
Yeah, Wiseman says she does not intend to ride it, but that she knows it unconsciously.
Yeah.
The existence within her.
It says just like her.
Yeah.
In quotes, which I don't know who her is. Maybe Sophia, maybe who knows.
Yeah.
It's weird. And the queen, well, actually, I wrote that down. The next line, the queen is like, she was the same as Sophia. And I mean, we kind of intuited that because they look the fucking same, but also the game is reminding us like, oh yeah, Ellie is very important.
Yeah. But immediately after that, she apologizes to Wiseman.
Yeah. It gets awkward for a second. And she's like, no. And Wiseman's like, it's okay. I'm not him.
Yeah.
So
that's weird.
It is weird.
That's real weird.
It is real weird. I think I know what it is, but
I know what it is.
I don't want to suggest anything at this point for our first time players. Gaspar apparently is going to take off our limiters, by the way.
Yeah,
and then the screen fades to black.
So, the
screen fades to black.
Yeah,
and we have some like plot progressing story here and talk about this.
This is a preview of disc 2 where it just skips something that would be like an organized dialogue sequence and just tells you what happened.
I also thought the same thing. This is like kind of what disc 2 happens, where it's like, here's plot, thank you, goodbye.
The money's running low, so we're just gonna tell you what happens. You can see the storyboards later, maybe. Oh god.
The first thing is like a episode title of It's Always Sunny.
Yeah.
Where it says, Faye and the guys had Gaspar remove a part of the limiter inserted in their genes. So
you can tell that's a fast line because it doesn't, Ellie's not a guy, right?
Yeah.
Like it's...
Yeah, thanks.
So like what happens? I don't know, fuck. Faye and the guys had it moved, enter. Okay,
the Japanese term was probably Mina. So anyway, yes, and then...
well, do you know how this manifests?
I think that gives us the additional AP.
We have 7 AP in excess of new death blows.
So then it says yes, and then we get Chu-Chu noises.
Chu-Chu has a safety party.
In the background, Chu-Chu and her friends got together and rejoiced over their safety. Yes, the aforementioned safety party is occurring.
Their sweet, dangerous night went on, just like a never-ending dream. No, let's not. It's a whole other story.
Yeah, and at this point, like I stopped.
Did you put the controller down?
I put the controller down for a second to write things down, and the Chu-Chu noises begin to intensify.
It is a barrage of sound effects, like all hyper spliced together and shit.
Yes, and there's like a screaming noise kind of in there, and it's rhythmic.
Yeah.
It's very, very gross.
Yeah.
And if you remember, last episode 28, Eric mentioned that the Chu-Chu room was covered in cum.
Yeah.
This is when that happens. Because the Chu-Chus are fucking intensely.
So it's funny, the Let's Play that I steal sound effects from just hit start here and missed all the sound effects and stuff like that.
Wow.
So I don't know if I'll be able to capture that unless I find another one.
Initializing fake net.
Nope, couldn't find it.
But yeah, that happened.
Okay.
That's like, I don't remember that at all. Do you remember that?
No.
Like that subtext, it's not even subtext, it's right there, but that I did not commit that to memory because that's like, it's not heavily implied. That is what's happening.
One of our patrons made a joke about a Chu-Chu orgy at one point, and I thought it was just a joke.
Yeah.
But
no, it's real.
As many of our listeners and patrons have like intense knowledge of this game that we haven't recreated yet because we haven't played it in so long. That's what happens. So then you press the button and it says no, let's not. It's a whole nother story.
Yeah.
So like that sort of awkward sign off line right there is is an acknowledgement that this was sex.
Yeah,
that we don't want to talk about.
So if our Patreon ever expands in popularity, do you want to have a tier called Safety Party?
Yeah.
I don't know what that's going to be, but just,
I mean, we can change the name of the tiers at any point. So.
Okay.
Actually, recently, I changed the name of the tier of lamb to shepherd. Because I feel like lambs are unpaying customers.
Yeah. It's kind of like hob jerky.
Yeah.
We don't have that.
Sure, why not? So then Chu-Chu's dialogue box pops up and says, Faye, where are you going, Chu, without me?
Implying that Chu-Chu has blown their load or gotten their blown load on them, whatever,
Yes.
and she's rejoining our...
Chu-Chu will go anywhere, even chew the end of the world with you. Chu-Chu's maidenly pure heart
Not anymore.
is only for you. Yeah, not anymore, Chu-Chu. Thank you.
So Chu-Chu has a crush on Faye, right?
Yeah, we've known that for a while.
Okay. But it just seems like, who can... I don't know. I want to speculate on Chu-Chu crushes and the nature of monogamy, but...
I'm not sure if she
was this there to witness or an active participant?
I don't know. She got rocks off or not. Who knows?
I just like to watch. I just want to watch it happen.
I don't know. That is the non sequitur of all non sequiturs in this game, probably.
That's also the end of the chapter.
And Master Sir, did you just see my mad skills? Yeah, that is the end of the chapter. Thank you, Eric, for joining me tonight. Thank you to listeners for listening to us today, whenever you're listening to it. Stay tuned till after our bullshit for some outtakes, because I'm sure there are some, because we're tired of shit.
I might have to make some.
Might have to make some. Might have to poop in a minute.
Oh, Chris has to poop. No, that's fun.
Not really. I'm
going to say, I've definitely been trying to end podcasts before when I have to go, and it's not good.
You know what? I don't really, but I just thought I would try to say something funny, and when I can't think of anything, just poop comes out.
Yeah, poop or violence.
Yes, thank you. Subscribe to us. Podcasts are found. Apple, YouTube, whatever. Thank you, Mark.
Shepherd.
Also, support us on Patreon if you can at patreon.com/retroam. Follow us on Twitter at retroamnesiapod. Do not find us on Facebook because we are not there. You can email us if you know what that is at retrogradeamnesiapodcast@gmail.com. Shout out to people who know what email is.
Double entendre. That works in two ways.
Until next time.
Yes, we will kill God.
And now Chu may go back to sleep.
Billy says an enemy came in when the Yggdrasil came in. Oh, that's right. Yeah, like when the shield was down, that's when the enemy came in. And it would have been cooler. Okay, never mind. I'm going to delete that whole thing.
Okay, well, let me just say this.
Yes.
Guzzlord. This Pokemon's name is Guzzlord.
That's perverse.
Yeah. I finally convinced the kids that, we have 3 levels left on Luigi's Mansion. We need to fucking beat it.
Yeah, dude. Pound that out.
Stop wanting to play Untitled Goose Game.
Yeah.
Okay. Until next time.
I'm going to make Kane's voice say it.
Poop.
So in the event of another outtakes, let me give you a pro tip here. I've played Death Stranding for 25 hours. Not really had any fun. But today, you know how you have fun in that game?
How?
You get a truck. That way you can load all your shit in the truck and just drive everywhere. Then it's fun.
Oh, cool.
That's how you win at Death Stranding. You get the fucking truck.
Okay. That's a good tip for us to implement. I'm probably going to get that game.
Dude.
Because I need to have I need to play it.
You do. You need to play it, but it's a lot of game. Like if you're going to mainline that and Xenoblade at the exact same time, like,
it won't be
a lot of fucking systems.
It won't be at the exact same time. I'm just gonna get it at some point.
There's a lot. It's a lot of game, and it's a lot of not like I'm stealing this, but it's like a PS2 game in that it's a game with an intense focus on a really weird thing that has a high budget.
Yeah, like
this shouldn't have a budget this high in this many systems, but they made a game about delivering packages.
Sure.
It's like Paperboy extrapolated to the ends of the earth.
Sure, why not? I mean,
it's actually a lot like Paperboy. Holy shit.
Okay. Yeah, why did nobody else make that analogy to this point? Because everybody's like, oh, it's a fucking FedEx simulator.
Yeah,
man.
No, it's because the hazards, the unpredictable, the cars, it's Paperboy. You're playing Paperboy.
Okay, so...
Goddamn tornado.
And now the Retrograde Amnesia Theatre presents the song generated from a 2001 Something Awful Flash video before the word meme was assigned to internet bullshit, The Terrible Secret of Space.
We are the space robots. We are here to protect you. Actually, us. Actually, us. Actually, us. We are the space robots. We are here to protect you. We are here to protect you from the terrible secret of space. We are the space robots. We are here to protect you. We are here to protect you from the terrible secret of space. I am the Booger Robot. terrible secret of space. We are the space robots. We are here to protect you. We are here to protect you from the terrible secret of space. We are the space robots. We are here to protect you. We are here to protect you from the terrible secret of space. Space has a terrible power. We are here to protect you from the terrible secret of space. Space has a terrible power. Do you have stairs in your house? We are here to protect you. Pushing will protect you. Pushing will protect you from the terrible secret of space. That is incorrect. Shoving will protect you. Shoving will protect you from the terrible secret of space. Do not trust a shover robot. Shoving is the answer. We are here to protect you. Do not trust a pusher robot. He is malfunctioning. We are here to protect you. We are the space robots. We are here to protect you. We are here to protect you from the terrible secret of space. We are the space robots. We are here to protect you. We are here to protect you from the terrible secret of space. We are here to protect you. Shoving is the answer. Humans must be shoved. They must go down the stairs. You are mistaken. Pushing is the answer. Humans must be pushed. They must go down the stairs. Please go stand by the stairs. So I can protect you. Humans must be shoved. Shoving is the answer. Shoving will protect you from the terrible secret of space. I am better than the pusher robot. I am superior. We are here to protect you. I am better than the shover robot. He is inferior. We are here to protect you. Pushing is the answer. Shoving is the answer. I have pushed many humans. I have shoved many more. The humans are protected. Humans have gone down the stairs. We are the space robots. Our mission is complete.
Jesus Christ.